Hey, hello there, and a very, very warm welcome this Tuesday evening. My name's Sean Ryan. They always put that there in case I forget. But this is a show that's been running over 10 years. I love Tuesdays at 8 because every week we showcase some of the best deals in the cruise world. We've got exclusive offers as ever. We've got massive savings. We've got some mini cruises for those of you that maybe think, oh, well, you know, I want to just test the water, so to speak. We've got some little mini cruises coming up as well. And a man who was incredibly busy last Tuesday evening is with us right now. Glenn, nice to see you.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, you actually were taking the bookings last week, weren't you?
It was crazy. It was quite nice to be in the office on a Tuesday night, I'd say, not being in the show and actually seeing it from the other. Because people think I just do this, but I actually work in the office. And I think last week was the busiest one. We had so many on that Riviera, especially the single travellers. Yeah. We think we filled that. The Celebrity, the Constellation with the India trip, that sold really well. And Peter will keep phoning me up going, you're not on the show tonight? I went, well, no, I'm talking to you. So it's a bit difficult.
But we've got another amazing show tonight.
Good one. We're taking people around the world. We're over to the Caribbean, doing places over there. We're doing all over the Europe. We've got loads of stuff going on tonight.
And I'm really excited. We've got some more great single prices, but Celestyal cruises are back as well.
Back over to Greece, yeah, with their excursions and drinks included.
And they flew last time, didn't they? It was a top seller.
And we've got a really good one with P&O as well. If you want to go down to the Canaries, good price on that.
Really good. And a Celebrity cruise as well.
Yeah, Celebrity.
And a river. Oh, we've got something for everybody. But we also have a fantastic Planet Cruise holiday show coming up in just a few weeks. I've got to apologise, I'm not there.
Where's your picture?
Well, I'm not there because I will just be coming back from a cruise. So okay. I've got a very good excuse. But you'll be there.
So me and Keith are doing it?
Yeah, which is great.
Well, we're going to be there. It's going to be the Amex Stadium, Brighton. So if you want to go to one of the Premiership grounds, we're going to be there. 24th of June, so we're going to be from 9:30 till 3 o'clock. We will be doing meeting people and stuff like that, but I'll actually be on one of the desks taking bookings, my actual proper job. So loads of people. And what's so nice about that cruise is that show is people come and actually talk to you about the show and how much they like it, and you get to sort of put names to faces as well, which is really good.
Yeah, so honestly, definitely make sure you go to that on the 24th. It's a great day. Now, I've got about 20 people I'd love to say hello to, but I don't think I'm going to have time for them. So you've got a few, haven't you?
I've got loads this week. Anyone that booked a cruise with me, I think, this week got it. So let's start as we mean to go on. Carol and Mark Roberts, you booked Celebrity Edge. I know you're going to be jealous of that one. They've booked the Edge for September next year. Elsie booked the Celebrity Cruise to Dubai and India off the TV last week. So Elsie, hello up in Scotland. We've got Paul and Mandy. They're also off to India. They're going there. We've got Jean and Pat Geary. They're going to Corfu on the TUI Discovery. I'm doing that myself. In May. We've got Valerie phoned me yesterday. She's taking the family on Navigator of the Seas. It still goes on. Susan and Robert Ingrams, they're going to Iguazu Falls. I'll sort all your stuff out tomorrow. I promise you I'm back in the office tomorrow. Julie and Lance Timon, they booked with David O'Donnell. They've asked me to give them a call out as well. And finally, all the homeowners, my wife does chair aerobics down in Portsmouth at the Tudor Rose Court. You've got the Golden Girls watching it tonight, and I said I'd give them a call out as well. So how are you girls? All right, hopefully watching the show. That's it, done and dusted for call-outs.
Well, sadly, that's it for the show. We haven't got any time to...
No, but it goes to show people are booking, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does, and we always love to hello to you. Now, in 10 days' time, I'll be on my Amadara cruise.
Lovely.
Yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, Amadara are amazing, and we have got a fantastic chance for you to find out more about them, because I didn't really know about Amadara.
No, we're doing a few of these sort of functions now. So this is going to join us on the Nutfield Priory Hotel and Spa. It's on the 14th of June, so next week. And if you want to register, you can register at the address below there. Just go into that with the cruise events, and then you can register your interest. And basically that will give a chance to go along, see the guys from Amadara, learn more about the cruises. And if you're thinking about one of it, it's a good chance to do that.
Does it cost anything, right?
No, free.
There you go. So really worth doing that, honestly.
And a day out
great
as well.
Time. But we're going to start off with a really low-price cruise with MSC. I think this one is amazing, actually.
Well, this ship only got launched last year, and it's phenomenal. Again, MSC are taking ships to the next level. They're very, very high-tech. They're bringing out ships all the time. Meraviglia, something a little bit different.
So, their latest ship?
It came out last year. They've got new ones this year. It came out last year, but it's all got the LED roof. You'll see it on the video.
Yeah. Well, the price for one of their latest ships... There's with MSC, of course.
Right of your face.
Yeah, they want to cover my face up.
You think they're phasing you out? You're not on the show. And
everyone's sick of looking at this face. But let's show you something beautiful instead. And this is MSC.
3 years in the planning, 26 months in construction, 35,000 tons of steel, and ushering in a new style of ship to MSC Cruises, Meraviglia arrives fully loaded with everything you could ever want in a family-orientated cruise ship, packed with incredible visuals throughout her impressive 19-passenger decks. However, the crown and glory has to be the 2-deck inside promenade, topped with a huge LED dome. From simple interior rooms all the way through to the incredible royal suites of the MSC Yacht Club, the choice of cabins on board Meraviglia is truly amazing. The ocean view cabins come with large picture windows, whilst the balconies and family cabins offer you the taste of the outdoor. For a taste of luxury, why not try a suite or a duplex? Both come loaded with more space than the standard options, or for the ultimate that MSC have to offer, there's always the Yacht Club. With a choice of 12 dining options, you could eat at a different venue every night. If you're a fan of Italian food, then Eatery Ristorante Italiano is definitely the place for you. Steak lovers need to head along to the Butcher's Cut, an American-style steakhouse serving select cuts of meat from around the world. If you prefer surf rather than turf, then check out Kayato's Teppanyaki restaurant and sushi bar. For those of you with a sweet tooth, head along to Jean-Philippe Moret's Chocolate Bar, where skilled chocolatiers create sweet masterpieces. If you prefer something a little bit more spectacular, then how about a Cirque du Soleil show? In the Carousel Lounge, you'll get just that, where you can be amazed by the acrobats while you enjoy spectacular dining options. With dedicated clubs for babies, juniors and teens, and with partnership with Lego and Chico, it will feel like a home away from home for your little ones. If you love nothing more than spending your time splashing about in the water, then check out the Polar Aqua Park with 3 twists and slides, the Himalayan Bridge, and a host of activities for all ages.
Oh, that was our Paul there. What amazing ships.
Yeah, and normally when the ships come out, when the new ships come out, the prices are quite high.
Yeah.
But if you ever look at the leading price on here, to actually experience that. Now, remember, people think that's the cruise. That's also your flights included on that as well to get you out. I think it's out to Barcelona. So really, really good opportunity to see one of the new ships.
When you think your flights, transfers,
yep,
and then all of your fabulous food and entertainment, I mean, it's amazing.
It's phenomenal. And you can add on the drinks package for just £23 per person.
I wasn't going to mention drinks tonight.
Oh, I'll mention it then. OK, £161, and there you go. Lovely.
So let's have a little look at where we're going to be travelling to. So as we said, flights are included. Obviously, we fly from London to Barcelona.
Fly out London to Barcelona because that's mainly where the flights are going to go for at that time of year. They can look for alternatives, but generally it's going to be London on there. Now, if you wanted to, we can actually add on stays in Barcelona, and we've actually could do that for £50 per person if you wanted a 2-night stay.
Is that for 2 nights?
That's for 2 nights.
So £25.
I don't know where you're staying. You might be staying on one of the bridges in a sleeping bag. I don't know. But you have got 2 nights there in Barcelona before you join. If you wanted to add that on, you're more than welcome to do that. If not, we'll fly you in straight into Barcelona, and then you join the ship, taking the beautiful Meraviglia. Then we're going to Marseille down in the south of France, and that's always a nice part of the world to go and see. Beautiful down that part of the world. We were there 2 years ago. Just wander around, taking the sights. And again, depending on what time of year you go, the weather should still be quite nice down in that part of the world, so it'll be a good chance to start. Then we head back into Italy. We go into Genoa. Genoa's great. It's got the large aquarium, so if you've got the kids with you, you can take them to see there. You can also take a trip out to Portofino with the pastel-coloured buildings down in the Italian Riviera, and it is a beautiful part of the world if you've not done there before. Then we go over to Rome, probably the highlight of the port of call. Now, we were talking about this earlier. If you wanted 2 or 3 stay in Rome, 2-day stay or 3-day stay in Rome, and got your flights to go out and everything like that, you'd probably spend £499. You're actually getting the cruise wrapped around that.
Do you know, Denise, a friend of mine, she's booked 3 nights in Rome, and I think she's at about £600.
Yeah.
You know?
So this is
just 3
giving
nights?
This is giving you a day in Rome to go and taste all the sights, the Colosseum, the Trevi Fountain, the Vatican.
Yeah.
See it for one day and then maybe get it back in the future. But that is a stunning place to go and see, and that will be one of your highlight ports of call. Then we go to see the mafiosa. We go down into Sicily. Now, Sicily, Palermo, go and read about them. If you're into that sort of the mob culture, this is where it originated. But again, the actual city as well is beautiful. You've got the Palermo Cathedral, you've got the Plaza de Normandy, you've got the 9th century palace, and you've also got the catacombs, which you can go down here and see the mummies and skeletons, if you're into that sort of thing. Then from there we go into Malta. Now, one of the P&O ships is basing itself out of Malta this year, and the feedback we're getting is fantastic. Malta is becoming more and more popular in this part of the world. Great docking area as well. You go into the old town, you can go up the steps or the elevator onto the main concourse there and just wander around the old city. Still pretty reasonable around that part of the world, but it's a lovely, lovely part of the world. And if you've not done Malta before, into the old town.
You can still get some nice temperatures, can't you?
And what's nice as well, it's not going to be right in the middle of the summer, so it's going to be a little bit quieter out there. Nice to sit in the restaurants and just do a bit of people watching. And always nice to have a nice relaxing day at sea before heading back into Barcelona for your flight home.
I just think that is amazing.
And look at the price.
I know.
Look at the price.
So let's just remind you of what's included with MSC. Well, you're going to be aboard one of their latest ships. So beautiful. Glenn, likes a drink. I'm off drink, so you can add on an all-inclusive drinks package.
Can I just say that all-inclusive drinks package is
really
your beers,
good,
your wines, your cocktails, but it's also soft drinks, coffees, and that sort of thing. So it's not just alcohol.
And seriously, I always get a drinks package for that exact reason. Because I love my coffees, I love my bottles of water, and I like a tipple as well. Now you can add on 2 nights in Barcelona. That's from £50 per person. That's for 2 nights. That is phenomenal value tonight. Return flights based on London, plus you get all your overseas transfers, but we do have some regional flights available. And Planet Cruise are excellent at finding you different flights, extra stays in wonderful hotels. They're really good at putting together bespoke packages.
I would say if you're going to do that, try and add on a couple of days in Barcelona.
You might as well.
Yeah, it's nice.
Right, yeah. And prices, we've got great prices over various dates, starting in November of this year and December of this year, into January, February, March and April of next year as well.
But even if you look at that March time, that's a nice time of year to go. It's just before the main season starts. Really, really good price, £50 extra. I would have a look at something around
549.
549, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely done. Hang on. So I'm looking at the balcony prices.
Looks like they're doing a discount on the balcony there as well.
Right, hang on, have you spotted this? The balcony.
Yep, there you go.
Is that right?
That's right, yep. So for £130 extra, you can have a balcony, which is nice. And as I said, you're going down that part of the world, you'll have your balcony open, sit out there, take in a drink, have a drinks package, there you go.
Do you know, I'll have the balcony March 679, that'll do me.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting my new holiday allowance there. Now, well, great, that's great.
Nice little starter, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But I also, I mean, you know what I'm like, I do love a cruise. I think I'm about to, I think, on my 28th cruise,
really?
27th, 28th cruise, yeah.
Never mentioned it.
No, I've been very lucky. Some of them are mini cruises, though, and we've got some of those on the show tonight.
A week, 2 weeks, some of them are longer.
No, come on, I don't get enough holiday allowance, but I've done quite a few little mini ones as well. But I really like the itinerary on this one. I've been around the Caribbean quite a few times, but this does New Orleans and then the Western Caribbean, doesn't it?
Yeah, so this one's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Obviously, we do a lot of packages that go over to the Caribbean. They tend to do the islands of sort of the Antigua, St Martin, you know, the Barbados, the main islands there. This is doing something a little bit different that you may not have gone to before. What's nice with this one, we're going to fly you out first of all and give you a 3-night stay in fantastic New Orleans. Now, if you've never been there before, Bourbon Street is a must to go down. You've got Garden Street, the Garden District, Frenchman Street, which is famous for its jazz and blues. So if you want to soak up the atmosphere in New Orleans, you've never been there before, down into the French Quarter, this is a 3-day stay to start your package before you even join the cruise. You'll have a 4-star hotel, and again, a beautiful area to start. And I normally put people around the French Quarter area because that's the hub of where you want to be.
A place I've always wanted to go to, actually.
Yep.
But we're then going to take you on board. And I've cruised with NCLC a few times. And I've been on the... what's the sister ship of the Breakaway?
I'm trying to think. Is it Get a One?
I do. Anyway, we'll take... Have a look. Have a look. Gives you an idea. But the ships, again, they are phenomenal. And I think a lot of UK, viewers maybe don't appreciate how good NCL actually are.
Yeah, NCL are very they also do the informal dining. They're very much casual. So for people that don't want to dress up at night time and stuff like that, you've got the opportunity to do this. Good for families. Again, these itineraries tend to go a little bit more towards the couples. But what's so good, they've got so many innovative things on there as well, and they attract everybody. You've got the water parks on there. You've got the various activities. Now, again, some of the packages we have NCL include drinks, some don't. This one is premium all-inclusive, so this means all your drinks, all your tips, your Wi-Fi is included on there. Also, you're going to get some onboard spend, depending on the grade of cabin that you're going to get as well, to spend on the excursions. Or NCL are very big and focused on their speciality dining as well. So obviously food's included like any cruise ship, but they do have a lot of other restaurants that you might want to try through your cruise.
Yeah, there's a lot of choice.
So they are great, and it means every night you can sort of wear smart jeans, a shirt. And the shows there are fantastic. They've actually got the Jersey Boys show on there.
Wow.
So if you think
now that was in the West End.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at taking Helen to one of the shows in the West End a couple of days ago, and the price of the tickets were about 80 quid a ticket. Yeah. The Jersey Boys is going to be included on there. You can go and see them, plus other shows included on there. So you've got loads of stuff to see, and NCL have got everything on there. Really, really good ships.
And when you think for under £2,000, you're away for 2 weeks. You've got flights. You've got the New Orleans stay. You've got a cruise with a brilliant drinks package. You've got Wi-Fi, all your tips, and then the most amazing shows, including the Jersey Boys.
Yeah,
so it's great.
There's a lot of stuff. And the ports of call you're going to here, you probably haven't done before. If you've done it Caribbean maybe once, as I said, you've done the normal ports of call. These are slightly different.
Yeah. Anyway, let's take you to these wonderful places. So we start, obviously we've been to New Orleans, we've had
you probably need a day to recover, so you can have a chill out day on the ship, just to relax. The sun's going to be shining, and again you've got a chance to soak up all the different atmospheres and the activities on board the ship. Then we start going down into Mexico, down into Cozumel. Now here you've got a chance to go to the Mayan ruins. You can also go to Playa Maya, which is one of the great beach areas. Also, you might have a chance to swim with the dolphins if you've never done the dolphin trip. I've done it a few times before as an excursions manager. So you can either do a bit of sea-based or go sort of more cultural with the ruins. But lots of stuff to see, and Cozumel is an area as well, great for beaches, snorkeling, swimming.
And it's a very easy place to get around. We even hired a Jeep and just drove around.
Yeah, so you've got loads of stuff to do, but it's a really, really nice area to go to. Then we go over to Roatan Island, which again people may have not done before, and this is something a little bit different. And this is beautiful snorkeling area here. You've got West Bay, Sandy Bay. You can do kite surfing, again great for swimming, snorkeling, sunbathing, relaxing, sitting on one of those sun lounges under the palm tree. And as I said, a great opportunity to go over to Roatan Island. Then we go into the private island of Harvest Key. Now Harvest Key is another one of these islands they have here. Now here you have the opportunity to go to the beach. Great for the kids. You've got the kids splash zone. You've got the zip lining. There you go. Look, fancy that. There you go. Look,
I loved it.
Yeah, you've got the zip lining on there. Loads and loads of different water sport activities. You've even got the beachfront cabanas if you just want to relax and chill out and take a trip out to the lighthouse, take the views there. It's not a bad place to spend the day.
I mean, sometimes I'm really lazy on a cruise and I'll just flop on that beach.
Yeah, that's it. You can do what you want. You've got everything on there for you. Then we go down into Costa Maya, and again, very similar. I hate saying repeat myself, but you've got, again, the snorkeling, the ruins. You can do jet boat rides there. You've got buggy islands, so you can take the dune bugs out. You've also got the segways. Maybe take a segway out and have a bit of a meander around. Loads of different stuff to do there. And again, if not, you can go over to the ruins. So it depends what you fancy doing in the ports of call. Heading down there, we go into Grand Cayman. Now, one of the guys that used to work in our office, Simon, he's moved over and emigrated there. He keeps showing me pictures every single day on Facebook.
That must be great.
Of sunsets. You know, you can only see so many sunsets.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it does annoy me.
Yeah, when you're looking out the window and it's pouring in rain.
Yeah, exactly, in Portsmouth. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Then we go at Grand Cayman. You can do the stingrays. So you've got Stingray City there. If you've never done that before, I did that over in Antigua. That's a really, really good option. And you actually get to hold the stingrays and feed them and do stuff like that. Turtle Farm. You can go to Cabana Beach shops. You've got a good shopping area there. Fantastic chance to do there, so you've got a bit of Caribbean mixed with the States. You've got everything involved on there. Then we head into Jamaica. Jamaica famous, of course, for Dunn's Rivers Falls, the filming of Cocktail. Tom Cruise film was there. But again, if you've never done Dunn's River Fall, that's the main thing to do.
I did it on my 40th birthday.
Did you do the rubber shoes to climb up the...
Yeah.
You've got to put the rubber shoes on to climb up the side there. So.
And do you know what? There was a real sense of achievement when I got...
Yeah, it is. But again, if you like the Jamaica feel, you've got the Rasta. You can go and get all the Bob Marley music playing constantly. You've also got things like the rainforest you can go and see. They've got a bobsled area now and a water bobsled which you can try. And you've also got Mahogany Beach, which is one of the best beaches there. So loads of stuff to do.
Quite a bit of rum, I remember.
Oh, well, there's always rum. You're over that part of the world, it's compulsory. Just be careful if you're smoking any of the cigarettes over there. You know what they do. Then from there, I lost 2 days. It was gone. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I thoroughly recommend you do it. Then 2 days at sea, and then from there back into New Orleans, and you can recover and fly home. I won't be back in 2 weeks.
You won't. Even I'm lost for words. Right. Let's see what's included.
They're not included, are they?
No, they're not. But your premium drinks are. And you get all your tips, your service charges, and Wi-Fi as well. I mean, it really is. You know, please, if you've never tried Norwegian Cruise Lines, it's a company that I highly recommend. So I've cruised them a few times, and it's been amazing. Up to $1,000 on board spend, and you will get 3 nights in a 4-star hotel in New Orleans as well, a place I've always wanted to visit, and return flights based on London. Now let's have a look at that drinks package. because it is premium, and this means, well, with adults, a huge choice of spirits, draft bottled beers, wines by the glass, cocktails, alcohol-free beer, soft drinks and juices in all bars, lounges and restaurants. So any time throughout your cruise. And price-wise, you've got all your coffees there as well, you can see, and your soft drinks. But I think amazing prices here. And I would say, for the little extra, I would definitely look at, well, I'm looking at the outsides, but actually the balcony, even the mini suites.
I would say if you're going to go balcony, especially that 30 December day, I'd probably look at the mini suite. Bigger room for you for £100, it's worth doing.
It's only £10 a night, though,
exactly,
isn't it?
It's definitely worth doing. And again, what used to be before this premium clue, you used to have to pay your tips on board. That's all included now, really. So really, the only thing you should extra do, you've got a bit of on-board spending money, or anything you do in the ports of call.
I really like that one, and just give us a call tonight. Just find out a little bit more about NCL, Norwegian Cruise Lines. But we're going to move on to P&O next. Again, I got all the information through, like Glenn does, you know, a few days in advance.
Yeah.
I mean, things change because we're always bringing the best deals on the night. So sometimes deals will be dropped, new deals will come in. It all depends on price, you know, because we want to give you the best. But the 755 here.
Not a bad deal, is it?
It's
just before Christmas as well. So you know, if you want a bit of sun, and this is for next year, you can. We'll talk about the Go Cardless payment, how you can spread out the payment.
Yes.
But you know, get it booked now, get it done, and it's something to look forward to. Come back with a bit of tan before Christmas next year.
Well, we've got lots of dates, but yeah, that 1st December I think is great. Anyway, let's give you a little taster of life on board. And P&O, I mean, this is a company with huge history and heritage.
Yeah, huge history. Again, a British cruise line, so, you know, everything's geared towards the Brits, the entertainment. You know, obviously the staff will all speak English anyway, but everything's geared towards the Brits, and they're so popular. Ventura's been established now for, I don't know how old the ship is. I was there when it was launched 10, 12 years ago.
It's been refurbished recently,
refurbished again, so it's very popular. Again, families love it. The cuisine on there is always good, very diverse, so it won't just be British food. They'll have sort of Chinese and Indian food, pizzas, everything there to cover everything. You've got your main dining, you can go for any time dining, so depending on how you feel about the dining options. Epicurean's stunning. This is one of their speciality restaurants. I think it's about £25 to dine in there. It's like an optional extra, but again, you do that once during your cruise, which is great, and the food there is exquisite. Obviously, food and drinks included. You've got Ollie Smith's Glass House. That's nice. If you enjoy a glass of wine and tapas, that's a little bit different as well. But there's something for everybody, and because everything's charged in sterling, you know exactly what you're paying, and you know exactly what you're going to pay.
I mean, it's a very British feel on board P&O, isn't it?
And the prices of the drinks on there are more or less what you're paying there.
Yeah,
so a beer's about £3.75, bottle of wine's about 16 quid. It's not too expensive when you're on board.
And great entertainment. Now, if you don't like flying, or you're not able to fly, or sometimes you get to an age and the idea of a long flight,
you just can't want to do it.
Can't be bothered, you know. Straight from Southampton. You can actually stay, just to make life easy, because, you know, if you don't, you know what traffic's like. Glenn was nearly late for the show, by the way. Yeah.
I've got the car park just in the corner there.
But traffic can be quite bad nowadays. Yeah. So if you don't want the stress of driving to Southampton on the day, we've got a great relationship with the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, so the Holiday Inn in Winchester is great. So you can stay there the night before. It's £95 per person. That will give you a night stay at the Holiday Inn there. It will also give you a bed and breakfast. It will also do transfers. So you park the car there for the what is it, 12 days, there, and then they'll transfer you backwards and forwards from the port. Parking at the port itself is about £100.
Yeah,
so for an extra 80, 90 quid, take the stress out of it and have a night at the Holiday Inn.
And again, Glenn and the team, they'll talk you through that. But so straight from Southampton, that means that all your luggage is taken care of. You can take as much as you like. We've got a few days at sea, and that's nice because, well, first of all, the temperature's going to start.
It starts increasing.
Yeah.
First day, I mean, if you look at the leading dates, 29th of October, the 1st of December 19. It's going to be a bit cold going out of Southampton, but as you start to head down, it's going to start to warm up and warm up. 3 days there, you can just relax. Maybe you've been stressed at work, get ready for your Christmas shopping, you want to take it easy. 3 days, just relax before heading down into Madeira. Now,
and the average temperature of Madeira all year round, it's always like pretty close to the 20s.
Yeah, Madeira's very good. I mean, the Canaries is even better because you're going slightly further down, but Madeira's, I always say, is sort of like the Caribbean meets Europe with the tropics. Beautiful part of the world if you've not done it. We do a lot of those when we do our transatlantics, but again, fantastic coastline up into the hills, Go and have a wander around the main town. We all say about the toboggan ride and the cable car, you can do that. But just go and sit in one of the restaurants, try the local cuisine. It's easy to walk around, and Madeira, home of Ronaldo, the footballer, but it is a beautiful place to go and see if you've never done Madeira. Then we go down into the Canary Islands. So again, the weather's going to get even better down there. First of all, we're going to start in Santa Cruz de la Palma, and again, this is nice. This part of the world, nice port area there. It's easy to get around. Again, you maybe not want to do a tour there, but if not, you can go out into the national park, which is great to go and see. Spectacular scenery with the beautiful scenery there of that part of the world. But if not, you don't fancy doing a tour there, you can just come back into the main town, try some local food, maybe sit on one of the beaches, just relax and just chill out and relax. Then from there we go into a very, very popular destination of Tenerife. We normally dock in the north of the island, so a lot of the Brits go on holiday down in Playa de Americas, Los Cristianos. You dock in Puerto de la Cruz up in the top. Again,
and I've been there. I think that's really nice.
It's sunny. My father and mother-in-law go there nearly every year now, and they love just walking along the main promenade and just strolling around. It's a great part of the world, but again, you know the weather there is going to be, I think it's 300 days of sun a year, so you know the weather's going to be good. Then we head down into the fire island of Lanzarote, and Lanzarote famous. Always gets a bit windy there, so they do a lot of the wind and the kite surfing. But again, if you want to go down into Arrecife, the small village there, you dock just close there. If you've got the go and take a camel ride straight over the dunes if you want to, or just take a swim. But again, another popular destination with the Brits to go and see Lanzarote, but you may not have visited there, so it's a good chance to see. Then we have a relaxing day, and then we head back into Lisbon. We talk about Lisbon every week. I won't go on it about too long. Great sailing under the 25th of April bridge.
But I've been very lucky. I've travelled to, and seen a lot of the world. But I only visited Lisbon on a cruise fairly recently, and I think it's a great place.
And again, I would say definitely the sailing in the morning. Get upstairs, have your breakfast, go past the Bellum Tower into the main centre of Lisbon, and then when you go off walking around, you can go into the glass elevator. They've got the yellow trams. You've got the main square area there. But that's the bridge that you'll actually sail under if the ship can get under it. And you've also got the replica of the Christ the Redeemer statue.
I just remember eating a lot of those custard tart things.
Yeah, well,
do you know the ones I mean?
Yeah,
really
I know,
nice,
yeah, they are good.
Yeah.
And then sitting in the main square with a beer and just chilling out.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
I've been there. I feel your pain.
And then a few...
2 days at sea and then back into Southampton.
Now, let's just remind you what's included. You are away 12 nights, don't forget. This isn't a week's cruise, it's actually 12 nights for just $755. No fly, so from Southampton, just a small deposit tonight as well, just 15%. We have got, on some of the dates, we've got free upgrades from outside to balcony. That's based on the 4th of August. And if you are taking away a family of 4, we've got an outside cabin available for only $5,799. And Glenn, having a family, August school holiday time is expensive.
Can I just say to people, we still have loads and loads of people phoning us up for all the holidays, half term, Easter, summer holidays. 3 months before, what have you got for a family of 4? Nothing. I'm telling you now. So it seems ridiculous that you're paying it sort of that far in advance, but what we've got now as well, if you want to reserve it, is you're going to get your cabin sorted. We also have this Go Cardless system now, so when you book your cruise, you pay a deposit now, and then you can set up to 6 payments over a year and 4 months, or however long it is before you go. Pay off a certain amount, and then 16 weeks before, whatever's left, you pay the balance. So you can actually spread your cruise over all that time if you wanted to, and that's a really, really good way of doing it. But please, if you're a family of 4, don't start calling up, 3 months before, because there won't be cabins available.
Now let's show you, because we've got quite a few different dates for this one actually. So these are the prices. So if you want to go this year, I think the 29th of October at $885 is fabulous, isn't it?
Because really, as I said, the weather's not going to be great. Go those first day in and first day back.
But the whole middle
section is going to be great.
Yeah. So we have got a price of just $885, and then we move into dates for next year. I think the May's really good. August is fab for August, and then we've got a $755 for the 1st of December 2019. So a real nice selection there.
Yep. So again, spread over the time then.
Now, we also have a competition because, now...
It shocked us.
Yeah, this new ship, it's been the biggest buzz in the industry.
Well, there was a big sweepstake in the office. We were trying to work out what the new ship was going to be called, and people thought they might bring back Canberra or bring back some of the old-fashioned names, and then it went Iona. We all looked at each other and went, Okay, that's fine, because obviously it's named after the island, but it's growing on people now, and it's going to be the biggest cruise ship ever built for the British market, over 5,000 passengers. I think it's launching 2020, so everything's been kept very, very quiet on it at the moment. But if you want to win a cruise now, I know it's not for a while, but you can register on the site there, and then, of course, when it launches, I think it's about April 2020, then obviously you get a chance to win a cruise on there. And as I said, that's going to be the biggest cruise ship for the British market ever built.
So, yes, it's, what is it, planetcruise.com/EN. EN.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
No, sir, what's the EN, mate?
Not sure.
Oh, wait, what? Hang on. Now, we know what that means.
Got the horn.
Yes, the horn.
Yeah.
It means we've got a few special surprises for you. So, let's shoot. Now, I mentioned we've got some mini cruises. This is I love mini cruises. Great to taste and try a cruise. Yeah. We've got two. Do you want to do the first one, Glenn?
Yeah, I've just literally come off Independence to Seas. I took Helen and my daughter Brooke. We did some filming on there, so that'll be shown in a few weeks. We went on the new Independence. It's just been relaunched, revitalised. It was absolutely brilliant. They've put the new trampoline park on there, the water slides. It is a brilliant ship. Now, if you want to go on that, it's the 5-night French and Dutch adventure from Southampton, Royal Caribbean, Independence to Seas, ID 145262. For a family of 4, it's just over £1,800, which is great. And that's for a 5-day. It's not really a mini cruise, it's a 5-day cruise. No fly, £98 per person, Southampton, Rotterdam, Bruges, Cherbourg, Le Havre, and then back into Southampton.
Now, I've got my eye on this one, because I believe it or not, I've never been to Amsterdam. It's a 4-nighter, and the price starts at £295. Now, that works out that's under £75.
And Aurora's a great ship.
£74 a night, isn't it?
£74 a night, yeah.
Now, bear in mind, you're going to get entertainment, you're going to get fabulous food, you can on board a beautiful ship.
Well, Sean, you think how much 4 nights accommodation in a Premier Inn or a travel lodge is going to cost?
Yeah, exactly.
And then what you get
there.
Yeah,
and you're going to be on board a luxury ship. So that is a great one to try. Now, Glenn likes to take the family away. Some of you are thinking, I want to go on an adults only. I don't want any kids near me. Well, this is adult only, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so on that one, yeah. So it's a nice one. And as I said, 2 completely different brands. But I would say if you've got the family with you and you think to yourself, I want to try cruising, but, I don't want to break the bank. Independence was brilliant when we went on it. As I said, we took Brooke on for the 3 days, and she actually went in the kids' club. I went, do you want to go in the kids' club? She went, yep, she was gone. She loved it, absolutely loved it. And we did the tabernacle, where they cooked their tabernacle. So we were sitting around there, and the chef was cooking and doing all the food. Brooke sat there, she had her own chef's hat on. It was brilliant, and it's going to cost me a few quid in the future at Royal Caribbean.
What I do love about cruises, though, just in general, there is something for everybody, isn't there?
It is, exactly,
There really is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's the mini ones. Now, I've got to say, over the past few months, the river cruises, they have been selling so fast.
Yeah, we did the one last week, it sold really well. But this one here we featured on Amadara. We featured it about 3 months ago. Now, obviously, there's a young lady called Jane McDonald.
Oh, yes.
Yes, who's just won the BAFTA. She's just won a BAFTA for cruising with Jane McDonald.
Now,
Not for the singing, not for the singing, just for the show, to cut the bit that's
out. I thought the show was brilliant, though,
It was great.
And I remember seeing the episode where this exact ship was featured, and this itinerary as well.
Well, we spoke to the guys from AMA, and they said to us, when they showed that, I mean, they don't normally open at the weekend. They had to open extended hours because it just went crazy. And then we had the gentleman come on, didn't we? And he actually he was telling us about it because he was actually on there with Jane McDonald doing it. So he went into a lot more detail. I'll try and be as detailed as I can today because a lot of the ports are so small.
I don't think you're going to win a BAFTA tonight.
No, I don't think I am.
No.
But the ports are cool. They go to a lot smaller. So they're doing sort of more things. But if you want to see the Mekong, you want to go to Vietnam, Cambodia, you want to do this on a phenomenal ship, this is the one to do.
And even the entry level when it comes to staterooms, twin balconies. That's what I mean. I just remember all of this light and space. And they're big, aren't they?
They are big. They are big. What's so good about this, we've also tagged this on with a trip to Siem Reap. So you've got 2 nights stay in Siem Reap. Now, Siem Reap is becoming the place that people are wanting to go to now. Now, Siem Reap, if you've never done it, based over in Cambodia. And this is the largest or the biggest temples in the world. It covers 162 hectares. And the site of Angkor is phenomenal. Now, again, it's situated in the forest. The trees are actually taking back some of the buildings with all the the vines. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft was filmed there. But Siem Reap, they reckon the sunset and the sunrise over Angkor is something to behold, and it is becoming a bucket list for many people. People always think it's a bit more difficult to get to. It's becoming more and more accessible now, and you've got to say your 2-day stay there. 2 days, you could probably spend a lot longer because the site is huge, but 2 days to soak in the atmosphere there, and that will tick something off your bucket list.
And then we are transferred, of course, to the Amadara for 7 nights cruise. And this, if you saw the Jay McDonald series, this is going to be spectacular.
If you can get it on catch up, you can find it on one of your sites.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sure
watch
you
the
can.
programme, because we don't even need to sell it, okay? Because the ship itself is beautiful. It only holds 124 passengers. 52 crew are going to be looking after you.
Wow.
The size of the rooms are between 251 square feet to 502 square feet, built in 2015, and it's French colonial decor with a Mekong touch with the artefacts they have there. Look at the style of it. So it's not one of these gaudy ships that's just been placed in that itinerary. It's actually built for this part of the world. The food, the level of service is, I don't know what they call it on their 5-star deluxe. You know,
it just
beautiful,
looks amazing,
beautiful.
doesn't it?
Again, complimentary drinks included throughout the cruise. Obviously, your food is second to none. And if you really want to immerse yourself in this part of the world, you don't want to go to some of the big ports of call that the cruise ships go to. Stop and start as you go along. This is a great opportunity to do it.
And, you know, for the price, you are getting everything included, aren't you? So is it excursions at every port
Excursions
as well?
on that one, you're getting your drinks. What tends to happen with the lead-in price on river cruise, they tend to be little river views, where they're little slots that you look at. These are twin balconies, so as you go along the Mekong, you can sit there with your drink, put your feet up and just take in the views. We're going to take you over to the killing fields to see that, which is very, very interesting. You've got places along here, you'll be doing ox cart rides and rickshaw rides. And again, as I said, because there's only a few of you, 124, all the tours they do there are very bespoke, small, local people coming on board the ship to perform. So if you want to see this part of the world, but you don't want to be on the big cruise ships and you want to see this this beautiful culture and Vietnam covered it, this is the chance to do it.
God. And you're going to be doing it in, you know, such style, such luxury. But I remember the ship being very intimate and friendly as well.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone gets to know everybody on there. It's quite informal on board. But I would say if you do get a chance to find that Joe McDonald, watch it, because I say whatever we sell it like will be fine, but you actually get to see it yourself.
So let's have a little look at some of these wonderful places.
Okay,
I'm
going to try and give you a little bit of a detail, but again, if you try and Google these places, even some of them don't give you much information, so it's what they put into it. But you're going into Kampong Chang and Ko Chen. These are going to be pronounced all wrong, I know they are. But again, here you can get to do the motorboat excursion, you get the lakeside wetlands, you also get a chance to do the ox cart ride if you've never tried one of those, so you can try that as well. But again, you'll try all these little bespoke excursions, and they are included within the package that you have there. Then we go on to Udong, Kampong Tralak and Phnom Penh. You've got an overnight there. But with Udong and Kampong Tralak, you've got the pictureside hillside village. You also go to the monastery. Now, this is what the gentleman was talking about when he was last on, and you actually go to have a blessing with the Buddhist monks there, and that's something a little bit different that you wouldn't get on the big cruise lines. So that was one of the highlights. Then we go into Phnom Penh. You have an overnight on board in Phnom Penh, so you'll have 2 days there. And this will be focused more on the killing fields. And again, if you're into your modern history, of course you've got the pagodas and you've got the sites to go and see, but a trip over to the killing fields, you go to the Genocide Museum, you also go to the detention centre that the Khmer Rouge was using, and it is harrowing, but you know, it's modern history, and that's if you want to go and see it, you have the opportunity to do that. There are alternative excursions, but I would advise, if you can do it, going over to the killing fields as well. Then we go into Tan Chau and an overnight on board here, and here you're going to go across the border from Cambodia over to Vietnam, so you'll have that experience. Again, more rickshaw rides, you'll go to small schools, and again, if you can take stuff with you, they normally drop pens and pencils and stationery and colouring books into the schools. But as I said, you're not going to these massive destinations, you're going along the river and you're immersing yourself in the local culture. Then into Sadek and Kai Bi, and again you go to a 19th century house, you'll go to the market, you'll also visit somewhere where the French and US bases were in this part of the world, and of course to finish it all off you'll have a farewell dinner with the captain to thank you for your trip. But this is a great chance, and if you've watched videos over the years of Cambodia, Vietnam, that's where you're going to. As I said, I'm not an expert on that world, I'm not even going to promise I am, but if you have a look at the itinerary, speak to the guys, they give you a breakdown. It's a great
we
chance
do
to see
know that this will sell very quickly tonight, so let's just show you again what's to come. It's pretty much everything again. So you've got your 2 nights stay in San Reap there, complimentary drinks, that's throughout the cruise, and that's you know, not just with meals.
No, that's all your drinks
everything.
included, yeah.
We have got an exclusive. You will also get £50 M&S vouchers per booking tonight as well. Fine dining, and that is available at no extra charge. And excursions, you know, they do add up on any cruise, but they are included at every single port. And return flights based on London as well. Price-wise, well, I've got to say, I mean, the suites, the luxury suites are fantastic, but the twin balconies, not like your entry level.
No, they are twin. They're exactly what they are. They say on the tin,
they're amazing. Honestly, I remember the first time I saw them, they took my breath away.
Yeah, and again, the other thing as well, of course, we get a lot of single travellers. If you look at the single prices, there is a supplement. I'm not saying there isn't a supplement on there, but it's not horrendous compared to what it is with some of the other ones. So again, if you look at that Lido date, 24th of August, you're paying about £800 extra. But again, the cabins are for 2 people, so the supplement on there is not as much as you'd normally expect. And
so you would get your single cabin would be
a twin balcony. Yeah, but it will have a single person in there.
Great. So yeah, and they do go. I remember last time
once they go, they go. So they are good dates.
So all of our single and solo passengers, please give us a call sooner rather than later. Are they open until 10:30 tonight, Glenn?
No, 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been told 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, and then they're back open at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll be back in at. I'm in tomorrow. I'm in at 11 o'clock tomorrow. So anyone speaks to me on the phone, I'll be at 11.
So. If you're on the phone tomorrow, you think that sounds like Glenn, it could be Glenn.
It could be 11 o'clock tomorrow, yeah. I've got a bit of a lay-in, but I am working tomorrow.
Now, we're going to move on to one of my favourites, as many of you regulars know, celebrity cruises on board the Celebrity Silhouette. And actually, one of my favourite destinations, the Norwegian Fjords.
Yeah, it's always nice going up that part of the world. And as I said, you know,
I've done it twice now.
And we've got the lead date there, the 27th of April, and people say, "Oh, is that a good time to get?" It's one of the best times because obviously they've got the snow and ice throughout the winter, and it all starts to melt. So the waterfalls and all that sort of are going to be really, really powerful at that time of year.
And the ship, well, the Silhouette sells out time and time again. So let's give you a little taste. We always say 5-star modern luxury at its very best.
Yeah. Now again, what happened?
Setting sail from Southampton.
The Eclipse was probably the best sold cruise line from a cruise ship from Southampton. That's now gone over to the States. They've brought in Silhouette, very, very similar on there. You've got your lawn club, which people say, what, they've got a real lawn on, but yes, they have. Sean, you talk about the ship more because you go on Celebrity more than most staff.
Every single aspect of Celebrity has just always been perfect, you know. Yeah. I love the style because it is modern, but it's not clinical.
No.
You know. There is something for everybody. I mean, believe it or not, I never go to the gym normally, and yet I always use the gym and the spa facilities. The service is impeccable. The hideaway, just like that. If you want to find a quiet spot on a celebrity ship and chill, and there's the Persian Garden we're looking at, you can always do that. But then, big entertainment, big shows.
Well, they've just put 18 new shows throughout their ships on there, so they've reinvested in them. And I think also we get a lot of feedback in the office about the speciality restaurants. You know, you pay for your food, you've done your buffet, you've got your money. But I think if you're on a cruise, even for a week, I'd still want to try a couple of the other restaurants. Yeah. And of course, if you go up to Aqua, you've got the Blue Restaurant as well. Depends on what you fancy.
Yeah, if you go for Aqua Class, the Blue Restaurant is included, and it is, it's amazing. I can taste the food now. But I love the Fjords, and so we've got a variety of dates. As you said, April's lovely, but then if you go in the summertime, obviously you've got the warmer temperatures and
it's
things.
much lighter as well. You don't quite get the midnight sun.
Yeah, but you almost get, it's almost like
literally you can be sitting outside at 2 in the morning, it's still sunshine.
Yeah, so the choice is yours. But let's, again, just talk you through, because obviously we're cruising out Southampton.
So again, you've got that holiday in Winchester if you want to stay there for 7 days, so you can do that. And with this one, this is a sort of, the actual itinerary is sort of a standard sort of 7-day Fjords cruise. So you'll always have a day at the start and day at the end at sea, which is lovely to experience the ship, just relax, take in the facilities. You know, if you're going to do one of the speciality restaurants, you might want to do it on that day. But again, just chill out, relax as you head up into Norway. And of course, then we go into Bergen, which is the second largest city in Norway. And this is a great place to go off and just wander. So when you go into Bergen, we always say you've got the Hanseatic buildings there, the wooden style buildings. They all lean to one side. You've not had a drink or you're wobbly. They are all leaning to one side. Carry on past those, you've got the fish market, so you can wander around there. Then you can take the cable car or a funicular to the top. Great views down. And as I said, with Bergen, most people just tend to go out and get lost because you're not far from the ship when you head back. Then we go into Alisund. Alisund's a small hamlet that they have just along the fjords, but what's lovely about this is the actual cruising. You've got to remember with a fjords cruise, it's slightly different to when you go on a normal med cruise. So you go Barcelona, Rome, they're big ports of call. Most of the places you're going into are quite small. They're bigger than hamlets, but they're small towns.
Oh, they are, yeah. I mean,
so you can just wander around. Again, you've got the Hanseatic buildings there. You can go off to the Atlantic Sea Park. You've got the Sunmore Museum. But again, maybe just go and wander around, get lost, go and look at some of the stave churches. It's not that big a city, Alisund, so you can just wander around.
Everything is just so clean and fresh,
crisp, and everything. Yeah, feels clean.
And nothing's ever crowded or congested.
It's a great place to wander around and do what you need to do. Then we go into your probably highlight, which is Geiranger and Geiranger Fjord. Now, Geiranger Fjord, the sailing, again, be up in the morning for your sail in, and that's Geiranger Fjord. Now, that's from a place called Dalsnabba. It's about 1,500 metres above, and that looks down onto Geiranger Fjord, which is beautiful. They do a trip called Eagles Bend and Dalsnabba. That's a tour that I thoroughly recommend. But again, it's one of the most visited areas on there. And as I said, when the ship's sailing in, it's beautiful. But if you do one of the tours, you go to one of the high points to look down, and that's where you can take great, great pictures. Can you just see on the right-hand side of that picture the zigzag going up the side?
Yes.
Yeah, just where the ship... I used to run that. I used to get off and run from where you dock all the way to the top, back down again. We used to do a charity run.
Was that 20 years ago?
That was about 5 years ago. It used to take me about an hour and a half to get to the top and about 4.5 minutes to get back down. It was good. But it is a great area, and as I said, make sure you do one of the tours there, because you just don't want to wander around. The other thing they do there is jet boats and kayaking. You can kayak through the field. That's a nice way to do it.
And then your final port is Stavanger.
Then we go back into Stavanger. Stavanger's a little bit of a larger city, great bars and restaurants there. Just be aware, Norway's not the cheapest cities in the world to go and see. So again, you know, when you do that, but you've got the Pulpit Rock there as you sail in. Again, more of the wooden style buildings, and again, Stavanger, wander out to the right-hand side, round all the buildings, and just go and get lost for the day. But
I remember going to the Canning Museum, which Keith recommended. I'll be honest, I thought that sounds really boring, but it was actually really good.
Yeah, and again, a lot of these places you go to, a lot of them are free museums that you can wander around about the history and the culture of Norway. But again, midnight sun, great opportunity, day at sea, and then back into Southampton.
Honestly, I cannot recommend the fjords highly enough. And I mean, I cruised with Celestyal when I did this trip. So let's just show you what's included. Now, a free unlimited drinks package, and I love their drinks package. I know I go on about it a lot, but it's really, you get an awful lot on it, including all your coffees and soft drinks, bottled water, Wi-Fi for the whole family when booking Ocean View and above. We're also offering half-price gratuities tonight if you book an Ocean View and above, and a low deposit of just £150 per person. And Glenn mentioned about staying in Winchester in the Holiday Inn the night before as well. Let's just get the prices. So do bear in mind, if you do go for the Ocean View or the balcony, you will get all those extras. The drinks package,
you will on there.
Half-price gratuities.
I think the drinks package, if you buy it, is about $65 a
day.
So you've got to work it out. As I said, if you enjoy a drink and stuff like that, it's worth taking the drinks package. But it is a good value on there. And as I said, you've got all your prices through balcony, concierge, and up to your aqua class. And
let's just show you the drinks package slide. I don't really need this, I could tell you. But I mean, the specialty coffees, I start every day with a couple of those and a few little pastries and things like that. It's just lovely. But it's all your juices, your bottled water, non-alcoholic cocktails, smoothies, a massive selection of selected beers and named brands, wonderful choices of spirits and wines and cocktails. And say that's all the bars and restaurants as well.
Yep.
So a really good drinks package, something for everyone on that one. And then now, our final cruise. Last time we brought you this itinerary from Celestyal Cruises, it was one of the top sellers by far.
Yeah, well,
I
was in the office the night we did it.
Yeah, you were.
And
yeah,
a few of my regulars phoned up and said, "We'll have that." And because what's nice is this is doing the Greek Isles, but it's literally including everything in it.
And this is a company that they were for many years, unless you lived in Greece.
Yeah.
Or around Greece, you just didn't know about them.
Yeah.
But now they are branching out.
We're selling those. And say some of my clients that go with Celebrity, and they've booked on this for the deals that we had. And as I said, you've got your drinks, your tips, you've got 3 excursions. Now, we'll go through the excursions in a bit anyway. They're not just the cheapest excursions. They're really, really good ones.
So value-wise, when you think all your drinks, all your tips, and 3 excursions.
3 excursions on there as well.
All of that.
And it's a Greek cruise line. So, again, what you're going to have on there, you're going to have... Again, immerse yourself in the Greek culture. It's not one of the American cruise lines or something like that. It's run by the Greeks. You're in Greece, and this is what it's for.
And I mean, if you've ever travelled around the Greek islands, I mean, they are just absolutely beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
So, Let's give you a little taster. So are they generally sort of smaller to mid-sized ships, Glenn?
Yeah, so they're only 2,000 passengers, which for cruise ships now is quite small. 1,300 cabins on there. They have quite a few single travellers going on there. But again, what's really, really nice, I've just spoken to one of the girls at work actually, and she's looking at doing the Greek Isles, doing a bit of, you know, island hopping. I said, do it on here because they're taking you so many islands, but it's luxury. So, you know, beautiful on there. You've got all your drinks. You've got overnights on board in Santorini. You've got overnights on board in Mykonos, which are two of the big highlight ports of call. And I say I'll talk about Santorini all day if you want to. Milos is one of the smaller islands, again, more for your Greek tavernas and your beaches. And then we go down into Heraklion. And then over into Kusadasi, which is in Turkey. And that's great for your bartering and haggling and shopping. But again, some phenomenal places. And it all takes it on in here. And it's a 7-day cruise. We can also repackage this and give you a couple of days in Athens. You might not have done Athens before, so fly you in from London, 2 days near the Plaka or the Pantheon area, and then to the ship, and then on for your Greek Isles. But really, really nice itinerary. And as I said, because the staff on there, you've got your Greek captains, and a lot of the food is geared towards the Greek sort of mentality on there. If you love your Greek food and your meze and a couple of glasses of ouzo, that's all part of there. And then you can smash a couple of plates and dance around with a plinkety-plink all afternoon. It's good. But as I said, if you've not done Greece before and you want to immerse yourself...
And say, just to warn you, the last time we featured this, it did go very, very fast. And actually, we've got great single prices. We'll show those a little bit later on as well. But you've got to bear in mind, the price on the screen is for everything. 3 excursions, tips, and a nice drinks package and flights as well.
Not bad, is it?
So, some of our favourite places on this one.
Yeah, so this one's going to fly, generally it will be from London because they're the best flights going into Athens, so generally be from London, but you can add a couple of days on there and the team can let you know how much that's going to be. It won't be extortionate to add that on, but from there we can then transfer you directly to the ship if you're going to fly in, and you're going to go into a beautiful part of the world. Shirley Valentine made it famous with Mykonos, and again you dock in the port area, you'll walk around the main sort of circle there into Mykonos. That's the actual port area there. Go and see the windmills, that's what it's famous for in Mykonos. Also for the big gull bird that walks around with its beak open, past all the restaurants. It's almost like a dustbin, you just keep throwing the food in. The gull's so big now it can't fly.
I'm going to say, what size is it?
It can't fly, it hasn't flown for about 6 years, it keeps eating food. But again, really good restaurants. If you're going to go to a restaurant there, the Red and White Tablecloth restaurant in the middle of Mykonos town is a great one to go to. That was our favourite. Then we go into Milos. Now, I'll be very, very honest, I've never been to Milos, but it is one of the small Greek islands. And again, look at it. That's what your traditional Greek islands are like. So again, you've got your beach areas, you've got your small tavernas, so you can just go off, maybe take a boat trip, one of the tours they have there. But this is lovely, and as I said, probably one of the islands you've not been to in Greece.
Do you know, I've never heard anybody say that they haven't enjoyed the Greek islands. I really haven't. Now, one of my favourite places is Santorini.
Then I would say it's still one of the top 3 sailings in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Into Santorini. If the weather's good with the caldera, you've got Santorini. Now, with Santorini, you can't dock there because you've got the cliff face. So what you'll do, you'll dock at that part and you'll go across. 2 ways to do it. Tours will take you one way. If not, you go into Fira, you take the cable car up, and then you're at the top there. Now, to get down from that place, you've got either the cable car or the donkeys. Please go back on the cable car. Do not touch the donkeys. They are lethal. Now, this is one of the excursions included on here. And I said, oh, probably they'll just walk around Fira with a walking tour. They don't. They take you over to Oia, O-I-A, and that's where the blue dome buildings are. That's the famous part of Santorini. You get to see the rim of the caldera because you're in the volcanic rim. And if you get a chance to get to the Santos winery, that is one of the best views anywhere I've had in 10 years of being at sea. And the good thing with that, you've got an overnight on board. So again, you've got 2 days in Santorini, which is brilliant. Then we go down to Heraklion. We used to dock in Heraklion, and this is the into Crete. And this is another excursion included on this. And this takes you over to Knossos, the site of Knossos. So you go to see the ancient site of Knossos and the temple, and you get to wander around the ruins. And that is another one of the very, very popular tours that they have in Greece, and that's included. Then we go into Turkey. We go to Kusadasi. Now, this is divided into 2. The tours included on this to Ephesus. So again, as I said, it's the best tours here. They do Ephesus very early in the morning, about 7, 8 in the morning when it's not too hot, into the site of Ephesus, and you get to wander around. That's the library area, you've got the amphitheatre, and that's the ruin of Ephesus. Then you come back at lunchtime and you get to wander around Ephesus through the markets. You can do a bit of bartering and haggling. So you've got that culture in the morning and a little bit more modern in the afternoon. And then from there, back into Athens, and that's the end of the cruise. Your drinks, your tips, your excursions, your flights, your transfers, your cabin are all included. And look at that leading price.
Wow. Well, let's just recap. So, as we said, everything. So, tips, excursions, You get 3 of those excursions, and they're really good ones.
Yeah, so
really
Celestyal, Ephesus, Santorini, Oia, and Heraclian Knossos.
And your free flights from London as well. Transfers can be added as well if you like those adding. And we can also add on a pre or post hotel stay in Athens as well. Now, I want you to have a look at the prices because we've also got amazing prices for singles as well. I mean, you know, some of them just a few £100 more.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that price there in the May, that 1099, May's a lovely time to go.
Yeah, that's the one I'd pick actually, May.
Nice
yeah, and the single there, 1279. But even like really high season, you know, July there, really good prices.
Really good.
Yeah. So again, don't miss out on this one. We think it will sell very quickly tonight. And drinks-wise, let's just show you what that all-inclusive drinks package. My favourite 2 words, as you know. Selected spirits, beers, and cocktails. Including, of course, Greek-flavoured ouzo cocktails. Of course.
You've got the ouzo. You've got to love the ouzo.
But all your non-alcoholic beverages as well, and a wide range of hot beverages, all your espressos, cappuccinos, tea, hot chocolate as well. And those free excursions as well. You get 3 of those.
They're about normally £200 for the 3 excursions on a normal ship.
Bet. So give us a call right now. We're open till 10 o'clock tonight and what, 8:30 tomorrow?
8 o'clock tomorrow.
8 o'clock tomorrow. But let's quickly recap the deals that we had tonight and where the time goes, do you? So we started off with this cheeky little one from MSC, $499, and you can have an all-inclusive from just £23 per person per night. That was Italy, France, Spain and Malta from Barcelona.
Yeah, and then from there we go on to Norwegian Cruise Line. This was a great one over with the 3 nights in New Orleans. That was down to some great parts of the world. You've got premium all-inclusive drinks, tips, service charges and Wi-Fi included. Up to $1,000 spent depending on the stateroom. 3 nights stay in New Orleans and return flights from London. And again, that's the lead date of the 3rd of December 2018 and the ID for that is 182510.
Then we moved, I thought this was great, P&O, 755, a no-fly cruise, just a small deposit tonight as well. We have got some free upgrades on the 4th of August, and as we mentioned earlier, you can add on a 1-night stay in the Holiday Inn Winchester for only £95 per person. You get breakfast, parking and port transfers. ID number 172550. Great family full price there.
Then we moved over to that brilliant trip down to the Mekong on the riches of the Amadara, and this is going to be the one that's taking you down to across to Cambodia and Vietnam. This is going to give you a 2-night stay in one of the bucket list Siem Reap, complimentary drinks during the cruise. You've got £50 M&S voucher, fine dining, excursions in every port, return flights from London, 153319.
And that was the one featured here with Jane McDonald.
Jane McDonald, yeah.
Yeah, cruising with Jane McDonald. If you're online, you'll probably find that episode, won't you?
Yeah.
Then we had Celebrity, wonderful chance of seeing the Norwegian Fjords. You'll love this one, you really will. $979 is that lead price. You will get free unlimited drinks and Wi-Fi if you go for Ocean View and above, and half-price gratuities also when booking Ocean View and above tonight. And you know, reserve yours now because you know, nowadays it does seem if you book earlier, you do get often better prices, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
£150 deposit tonight on that one as well. Oh, then what do we have?
And then finally we had the Celestyal over to the Greek islands. That's your tips, your drinks, 3 excursions on that one. Lead on date is the 14th of October, and it's 162964. And also try and add a couple of days in Athens if you can.
Yes. And don't forget those mini cruises that we also had as well. Got a couple of those too. So I just think they're great. If you're not sure about going on a cruise, it's a great little sample.
Definitely look at that Independence. The Independence was brilliant when we went last week, and they've spent millions on it, and you can see what they've done with it. So you've got that Independence there going on the 20th of October, and then you've also got that one shortly slightly on the 22nd of November on Aurora. 2 different cruise packages, depending on how you want to do it.
Well, Glenn, thank you so much. I apologise. I won't see you for a couple of weeks because I will be on a cruise.
Well,
I will send my pictures in.
Hopefully I'll see some of the guys because they're going to come to the cruise show.
Yeah, definitely. So, yes, do give us a call tonight. I'll see you in a few weeks.
Have a cruise.
Yeah, well, I'll send some pictures and things like that.
Oh, cheers,
Glenn,
mate.
thank you so much.
Cheers, guys.
And, yeah, book your cruise tonight. Take care.
Hiya. Thanks for watching the video. Now, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below. Remember to click that bell to get all notifications. And if you're looking for more fantastic travel video content like this, click on the videos to the right hand side. It'll be really informative. Or click on the Planet logo to the left to go to our website for some fantastic deals. Keep cruising.